Face-to-face and virtual meetings have a lot in common. Many of the skills and practices and insights we learn in face-to-face settings can be applied in virtual meetings, but there are also important differences. Virtual meetings, or at least good virtual meetings, are not just face-to-face meetings with webcams. They have their own characteristics and considerations, with both advantages and disadvantages relative to other formats. Paying attention to the strengths and weaknesses of virtual meetings helps us to make an informed choice about when a virtual meeting is the best approach and when we'd be better off insisting on a face-to-face format. It can also help us to plan ways to leverage the advantages and mitigate the disadvantages. Some advantages of virtual meetings include overcoming geography. Participants can join virtual meetings from wherever they are, so you can get the right people involved from anywhere in the world. Lower cost. When nobody needs to travel to a physical meeting, you avoid direct costs for things like transport, meeting rooms, and catering. Less friction. Busy participants have many demands on their time and often have meetings scheduled back-to-back. Moving to and from physical meeting rooms generally takes at least a few minutes, but moving between virtual meetings takes only a few clicks, so participants can spend more time doing valuable work and less time moving between work. Easy to scale. The variable cost of adding one extra person to a virtual meeting is usually negligible, and you don't need to worry about physical constraints like room size and availability. Flexible for participants. Virtual meetings come to the participant, rather than demanding that the participant come to them. For people who are working from home, travelling for work, or based in another location, virtual meetings are easier for them to join, rather than having to decline or send a delegate. Leveraging information technology. Some of the technology in virtual meeting platforms can be pretty handy, like posting actions in the meeting chat during a meeting, or quickly sharing a link with participants, or just typing minutes at a proper workstation instead of hunched over a laptop. Some disadvantages of virtual meetings include technical difficulties. Virtual meeting technology is pretty good, but things can and do go wrong. A weird audio glitch, a poorly timed internet dropout, or even just a key participant with a laggy connection can easily ruin a virtual meeting. Thin communication. Non-verbal communication is limited in virtual meetings, making it harder for participants to express themselves, understand each other, and avoid miscommunications. Slower pace. Discussion in virtual meetings is always a little stilted and awkward. Only one person can talk at a time, and conversational turn-taking is difficult. Constrained non-verbal cues and tiny transmission lags make everything feel a little bit off. Increased formality. The slower pace and communication challenges of virtual meetings demand greater formality in discussion, debate, and reaching decisions than an equivalent face-to-face meeting. Mass distraction. Without the social pressure and shared focus of sitting in a room where you can see and be seen by other participants, it's easy to get distracted by things outside the meeting, like emails or phone calls, other tasks, and background activity. Lower engagement. The combination of thin communication and mass distraction reduces participant engagement in virtual meetings and makes it harder to build rapport between participants. Weak and wobbly norms. Virtual meetings are common, but there's still a lot of variation in norms around things like whether participants have their cameras on or off. Some emerging norms are arguably disadvantages in their own right, like greater willingness to arrive late or leave early, perhaps imagining that virtual drop-ins and outs are less disruptive, even if that isn't true. Uncomfortable chairs. The combination of all these factors makes it harder for chairs and secretariats to run really good meetings virtually. Many participants and chairs think the advantages of virtual meetings outweigh their disadvantages. They accept lower quality meetings in exchange for greater convenience. But convenience is only one dimension of what makes a meeting good. There's not much point in a meeting that's very convenient to attend but doesn't achieve much. I want all my meetings, virtual or face-to-face, to be as good as they can be. Understanding the strengths and weaknesses of virtual meetings can help you to choose the format that best fits each meeting's purpose and participants, and to mitigate disadvantages in ways that improve all your meetings. Good luck with your next meeting, and thank you for watching.